Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? It was a nice day. So Scruffy threw up at lunch. I tried changing the balls, and I didn't obstruct the food enough with the new combination. So I have to make some adjustments again. Okay, let's see. Some fur floating around in the air there. I think it was stuck to my glove. So the weather continues to be very, very nice. I really like the weather we're having right now. Looks like we're gonna get it for a few more days at least. It looked like there was going to be another heat wave, but the forecast just changed, and it's more reasonable now. So it'll be a little warmer, but still kind of in this range, assuming that the forecast doesn't change again. So it's going to be nice. Went out for my short interval run today. I'm actually, the long run I did a couple days ago, I'm actually still feeling that. I'm not in shape yet, or pretty out of shape. Never really got back into it after my injury. It's been like a year now, so I really need to get my act together. So yeah, I'm trying to push myself a little harder on my runs. So if my speed isn't good, I'm at least trying to do the distances I used to do. And yeah, I was kind of feeling that the other day. Yeah, there was the effects of going the full distance. So yesterday when I did my bike ride, I was still feeling it, but biking uses different muscle groups, so so I can usually manage. But yeah, today I was still kind of feeling the fatigue from the other day, and then probably combined with some fatigue from the bicycle ride yesterday. I might have to take a rest day tomorrow, but I'd like to try to do another bike ride tomorrow, so we'll see. Got under his chin there. So at the park today, there was a tree that had a posting, a sign attached to it. Basically, it's a notice that they're gonna cut down the tree. So according to the notice, there's a blank line for the reason why they're tearing down the tree, or cutting down the tree, and it's I think it was marked, or they wrote structural failure or structural problems or something like that. And then under it said something about, use the word sap. So anyway, they inspected the tree and discovered it's not doing well, so they're gonna chop it down, or take it down, which is a good thing because, as I've been mentioning, past year, or yeah, probably the past year, maybe a little longer, you're having a large number of trees just falling over, branches crashing down to the ground, or trees falling completely over. And a lot of times it's in very benign weather, so it's not like it's in the middle of a high windstorm or massive storm system. Although we did have a couple that did fall in some pretty bad weather, but the actually majority of them actually fell in good weather. So it's a little concerning, because don't want to be walking under or running under a tree on a nice day and then it just for no reason just collapses on somebody. So I'm glad they're inspecting the trees, and they found one finally that needs to be taken down before it falls down by itself. I'm surprised there aren't more marked. But hopefully they found them all. They actually still haven't cleaned up all the debris from the last trees that fell. So I mentioned there was a really large tree that got uprooted. The root system was bigger than taller than a person. It was standing on its side, so the roots were in the air, and the trunk was taller than the radius of the trunk was taller than a person. And the roots were just going straight up. So anyway, they cut the trunk of that tree into pieces and hauled it away, but they left the stump and the roots behind, and it's still there. So they just put a whole bunch of cones around it. So maybe they're going to finally haul that away. And yes, that reminds me. So yesterday on my bike ride, I did notice that they started coning off a whole bunch of different parts on the main vehicle road entrance. And so that road's probably a few miles long, at least. And so I'm thinking that they may be planning to completely redo that road. So I know they've been leaking to the media that they need $20 million or something to reopen the road, because there's one section of it that's right over the creek that looks like it might crumble into it. So it's not safe. But that section, it's a short section. I don't really believe that should take $20 million to fix. But if they're going to try to redo the entire road, that is a little more plausible. The road's actually, it's pretty bad shape. It's usable, but it's pretty bad. So I think they were using it as a bargaining chip, saying, we're not going to reopen the park until you give us money. And so they might have worked, and they might have actually gotten money, so maybe that's why they're laying out the cones now. So we'll see. So I'm going to get Scruffy's food now. No meow. So I mentioned that lunch that Scruffy threw up, and the reason is I changed the balls. So before I was using, I think, 2 golf balls and one bigger round rubber ball. And I decided I want to try 3 golf balls today, I think. I think it was 3. Or was it 4? I think it was 3. I think the problem was, I didn't use enough. So anyway, yeah, because there wasn't enough obstruction, Scruffy ate the food really, really fast. So he scarfed it down. And, of course, yeah, he scarfed, and then he barfed. Very predictable. I should have put a lot more obstacles in the food today. So I thought it would be plenty. I didn't think he'd be able to get to the food that fast, so I underestimated him. So I'm going to have to do something different tomorrow. Okay. So let's see. I saw Scruffy grooming himself this morning out in the sun. So I think it's the first time I've seen him out in the sun since the weather turned nice. So he's been sleeping on the big table in the morning past few days. I've been surprised that he wasn't enjoying the nice weather. So yeah, today I finally caught him in the sun. It looks like he's grooming his tail, I think. And the other day I caught him grooming that dangling piece of fur. It's almost like a second tail. So it looked like today he was doing his real tail. And then we did lunch, and yeah, as I mentioned, he threw up. Hey, Scruffy. Ready for lunch? Yeah, sure seems like it. We're gonna try some 3 golf balls instead of 2 golf balls and a rubber ball. It's a nice meow. There's a raspy one. Okay, let's get your food. Tonight's dinner is meaty pate with grilled chicken and tuna, kibble, and rotisserie chicken scraps. And I gave Scruffy extra food at lunch after he threw up. So after he threw up, I actually went back inside and I put a little more kibble in the bowl, or I brought out a little more kibble to put into the bowl. But then I brought out, I think, 2 more golf balls. So I wanted to compare, see how he'd handle 5 golf balls in the bowl instead of I think it was 3. So 3 was not an obstacle for him. That's why he scarfed and barfed. So I thought, okay, let's try 5, which I think is about the limit of what the bowl can fit. And it did slow down Scruffy pretty effectively. But yeah, it looked like it was right at the limit where he still could get the food, but yeah, probably slowed him down the maximum amount. So I'm thinking my worst case is that yeah, I put 5 balls in there. So I think there's a possibility though, if he pushes hard enough, he'll knock the golf balls out of the bowl. One of the problems I actually had, the reason I decided I wanted to play with changing the golf balls up a little bit, or the balls up a little bit, is I tried. I'm gonna try, but I noticed sometimes Scruffy pushes the bowl around to get to the food, and ends up knocking it off the platform, which is its own problem. And usually he's pushing on the big ball, which gives him the most leverage to push the whole bowl around. So I was thinking if I use more and smaller the smaller golf balls. The golf balls I think weigh more, and so I thought maybe they'd weigh down the ball a little bit better and give him a little less leverage of pushing it around. But today, if I only use 3 golf balls, I underestimated how much more space he'd have to get his head in there and eat the food without any difficulty. So I'm thinking 4 golf balls might be a compromise. So maybe I can get 4 golf balls in there, and that will slow him down enough. The other possibility is I try 3 golf balls and a bigger rubber ball. And the reason for that would be I'd still get the extra weight of the extra golf ball. Try to weigh down the bowl a little bit better. Or I can just go back to the 1 big ball and 2 golf balls. I have been a little concerned that Scruffy's getting better at eating the food, and so it may not be challenging enough moving forward, because I have been a little concerned he's eating too fast. Though I don't remember if he's thrown up with that combination yet. I think he has, but not with the same combination of bowl and height. So I was a little disappointed that the wetted kibble and the higher platform didn't seem to do much today. So anyway, with the 5 balls, Scruffy got most of the food. I think there was one piece of kibble we didn't get. And then when I went in, I put the last piece of kibble on the red plate, and he came back for it as I was going in. Oh yeah, he didn't drink water today before he threw up, so he immediately scarfed and barfed. No water this time. So yeah, this was he really scarfed today. So the past few times, yeah, it's taken him longer, and he'd scarf and then drink some water, and then he'd barf a little later. Today, yeah, he did it really fast, so he didn't even have time for a water drink. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.